going to show you a few basic processes that will be useful when making joints in wood. At this stage, I think I can assume that your wood is PAR. That means planed all round by the timber merchant, and in that case, it will be accurate enough. The first and most important tool for marking out is the tri-square. The details of the tri-square you can research in a textbook or similar. Then, of course, you need to make a mark on your wood. Use an HB pencil. It gives a good black line without pressing into the grain of the wood, but does need to be kept sharp all of the time. Later on, or for more accurate work, you can use a marking knife to make those lines. That's what a cabinet maker does. Then, of course, you're going to need a rule to measure with, and for more complicated joints, a marking gauge. Again, you can research the details of that elsewhere. In order to demonstrate the basic process, I'm going to imagine I want to saw the end of this piece of wood off, measure the position of the cut, take the tri-square and place it on the wood. Now, it's important that the stock of the tri-square is always against the edge of the piece of wood. Put your pencil on the original mark and slide the tri-square along until it's touching the pencil, and then make a fine line across the wood. This line can then be continued along by lining the top of the blade up with the previous line. Again, the stock is against the wood, and continuing the line around. So stock against the wood, line up the blade and continue the line. And finally the last edge. Now you'll see on mine that the line hasn't joined up at the end, and that's because I've actually planed this piece of wood so it's not parallel. This end is smaller than that end. To overcome this and still mark out accurately, select one side and one edge. We make these marks on. This means face side and that means face edge. And then always ensure that the tri-square is against one or other of those two sides. I'll mark out again using that system. Move along to your mark, mark out the first side. The stock of the tri-square is against that marked edge called the face edge.